Okay, so in this video, I am looking at the second mock paper, and I'm looking at section C, and I'm looking at the hyperbola question that came up, and the straight line elements question that came up. So just to do part A of the question, okay, I just want to show you all the parts of hyperbola here just from a textbook. Okay, we have the two branches. We have the throat circle in the center, we have two vertices and so on. But what I'm more so concerned about today is this X, which are called asymptotes. And these asymptotes also have another name. They can also be called straight line elements. And a straight line element will start at the center and go to the end. Okay? And that's what we're going to be using today to solve the question. So, in plan, you're told that it's 240 by, or it's 24 meters by 22 meters, which when you scale it 1 is to 200, that's 120 by 110. And I'm just setting up based on that then. I'm also going to find the middle of this by measuring down halfway and drawing a line across. Okay, in front elevation, you're told this thing with 60 degrees, but you can't really draw much more than that. So unless you understood what straight line elements meant, you actually couldn't go any further than this here. So you're told in the question that the straight line elements are 30 meters. When I do that 1 is to 200, I'm going to get, let me see there now, 30 divided by 2, I'm going to get 150. Okay? So, if I set my compass to 150, it's not really much good, like it's a really big arc. So I need to set my compass to half of that, which is 75. Okay? And I'm going to explain why now. From the middle of my object, I'm going to swing an arc 75, 75, 75 on this side as well. Need to get the middle first. Go. So again, I'm swinging half of the straight line elements, 75, 75, same here, same here. I'm going to join them to make an X through the center point. And that finds, like what I showed you there a second ago in the textbook, the asymptotes of the hyperbola in plan. It's just that this thing is sideways. So instead of it being like that, it's like this in this question. Okay? That's all that's different. Now, so we have the asymptotes got. That still doesn't find the vertices for me. I know that the vertices are somewhere along this line here, but I don't know where along that line they are. And that's when I need to change this object. I need to look at this object as if it's a hyperbola rather than it being a parabola shaped or being hyperbola shaped. So if I look at this as if it's a hyperbola, and I stand here, and I look in this way. I could have went the other way, it doesn't matter which way I go. What I'm going to end up achieving in plan will be circles, because a hyperbola, when you look at it in plan, it's circular. So I'm just going to draw a quick XY here. Okay, and I know that the hyperbola in the question goes from this corner around to here somewhere up to this corner. So it uses the full of the rectangle. So it starts here, up here somewhere, and back down to here. So I'm going to get that circle out here. Doesn't matter how far away this circle is. You can keep it as far away as you like. I'm keeping it right tight to an XY line, but you don't have to. Now I know I've gone up here a little bit, but that circle actually should be, that line is just have to drop it off because I'm not using the T-square here. So that if I was to draw the line perfectly flat, you see, it just goes across the top. And now I can use the straight line elements. I'm going to bring the ends of them out as well. So I'm bringing that on out here. And I'm bringing that on out here. Now the straight line elements in this view, the X will be standing up. So all you're going to see, whether you're doing the left or right of center X and Ys, is the X will look like this. So like this V would say here of the X is going top, bottom, top. And this V of the X here, bottom, middle, bottom. So it just looks like a line. But what's really important is that allows me then to draw this circle from the center of the object down to the center of that X. And that is my throat circle. And if I draw a vertical line or a line parallel to the X down here, where that crosses the throat circle, here and here, they are my vertices. And I can bring them back into plan, and I can find my vertices in plan. Now it's turned into a standard hyperbola question, where I have to draw a hyperbola in a rectangle. And the rectangles I have to draw it in are here. So it's nothing to do with the asymptotes now anymore. The asymptotes are finished with. So just ignore them now. I'm using this rectangle. And I have to draw a hyperbola in this rectangle. So I'm going to pause the video now. And what I would like to see you try and do is see, can you draw a hyperbola in both of those rectangles? Okay.